What's happening, y'all? This is Andrew, and this is Mirror Music, and this is another Grateful Dead reaction from the now almost a year-long Grateful Dead reaction series, which is kind of nuts to think about. Anyway, so those of you who are longtime followers of this project or this channel, whether it's the Grateful Dead or other reactions or all the other stuff that Coop and I do, will know that I'm a huge Beatles fan. That was one of my first musical loves. One of the first cassette albums I ever bought was Sgt. Pepper, and one of the first CD albums when I first got a CD player was Hard Day's Night. So, I guess that shows my age somehow, right? For some of you, that means I'm really young, and for some of you, that means I'm pretty old. But nevertheless, when I was just clicking through the archive.org shows, I noticed this show from Philadelphia, April 7th, 85, led off with Why Don't We Do It in the Road, which was always one of my favorite Beatles songs, one of McCartney's kind of silly, screechy, joyful songs, right? So I was like, we have to do this on this channel. I have to share it with you. I have to listen to it. I've had this in the queue for a long time. I have not clicked play on it yet. I'm pretty excited about doing that. So today, we'll have a reaction sharing, whatever, to Why Don't We Do It in the Road, to Mississippi Half Step, to CC Rider, from Philadelphia Spectrum, April 7th, 1985. Let's see what we got. I don't know if I said that. This opens the show that night.
Hiya, kids. Hiya, kids. Hiya,
That's a fun
kids.
way to start the show. That's not check 1 2 1 2 1 2
kids.
check
Can you
check.
hear me?
It sounds almost like Come Together.
Why don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road? No one will be watching us. Why don't we do it in the road?
Love that.
Why don't we do it in the road?
It also doesn't sound like Jerry or Bobby singing it. Who is it? Whoever's doing the high part does sound like Macca a little bit. Hear that bass? Just straight up 12 bars blues on 12 bar blues
Why
song.
don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road? Why don't we do it in the road? No one will be watching us. Why don't we do it in the road?
love the concept of the song too. I would imagine the Grateful Dead, especially Jerry, felt a lot like the Beatles did. Like, we might as well do everything in the middle of the road because everybody's watching us all the time anyway. Right? See how they get from one to the other. Jerry just picks up the guitar. It's a quick. It's a little bit faster. His voice is hammered that day. I don't mean that in a bad way, just like blown out. He either has a cold or one has a little more honky-tonk in it. It's not all of them have this feel of half steps. I love that little breakdown. Love this part, this solo part too, that is so different from anything else in the song. That's a shorter one. they have any versions of the song where they pull all the way out, all the instruments out, and they just sing that a cappella? Because that'd be really cool. If that exists, direct me to it. I really want to hear it. It's interesting because CC Rider is a more upbeat song, and I feel like they're pulling it down. How do they get from there back out? That's right. It's not that fast. It's just the Chicago blues. It's fun. They're comparing two different kinds of blues. With Why Don't We Do It in the Road, which is a Beatles song. And this style.
Just my mama got good girl. Won't be coming back at all. Maybe not at all. Just my mother, that good girl. And everything will be alright. Alright. Oh, now see right. Oh, now see what she done.
I've said about this song before, like this is, even their treatment of it's a pretty straight ahead blues treatment. Lots of times they take songs like this and make it this wild freak out thing. At least so far, this has been a pretty straight ahead blues. What effect does he have on that guitar? There's some distortion and some like high end on that effects. Are they both taking, or were Weir and Garcia both taking solos here? Or did Jerry just flip a switch to a different, or start playing on a different pickup on that guitar? This is when being able to see this would help. Other than the guitar tone, it sounds like the player is the same though. It's like the style of his play. I dig that. This has got to be the coda, right? The outro of it.
What I see, see what you have done. What I see right there. What I see what you have done. Girl, now you made me love you, woman, and now your mate is gone.
Love it, man. There's so much to talk about here. I'm going to try to keep it brief. The Why Don't We Do It in the Road's great fun. Like, I was wondering how, because that version is about 4 minutes long. I was wondering, because the real album version of that song is maybe a minute or minute and a half. It's really short. So I wasn't questioning how they were going to blow it out to a longer thing, but it was going to be interesting to see how they did it. And they did it pretty straight up 12-bar blues, which is interesting. I love whoever's singing the high part on the Why Don't We Do It in the Road. That was lovely. So I looked up, maybe I had this conversation about the previous CC Rider too that I talked about. I don't remember, but I Googled it because it definitely has a feel of like a traditional blues song. And originally Google said Elvis did it, and he did a version of it, but I know enough musical stuff to know that most things that Google attributes to Elvis aren't originally his songs. So I did a little more digging. It's actually a Ma Rainey, who's obviously, you guys know, is an old blues singer from like the 1920s. She was the first one to do a recording of it anyway, and then Elvis did a version of it. And I think in 1970 it said. So it's interesting to think. I think Mississippi Half Step comes from around that time too. I believe like when it was originally composed. You guys are going to have to tell me when that song was originally done. I think I've done versions of it, like talked about it on the channel from like the early 70s. So, tell me when that shows up too. And Why Don't We Do It on the Road? It was a White Album song. So that's what, 68, right? So 68, 70. So like early, they all were, and it definitely sounds, not to put too fine a point on it, but it sounds like Weir's doing the Elvis version of CC Rider. Like he's not exactly doing an Elvis impersonation, but he's certainly doing a little there's a little of that in there, right? To make me infer that that's his inspiration. But if you come at it from a different direction though too, they're doing a series of 3 blues-ish related songs in a row. The first one is from a Liverpool band in the late 60s, and one's from Ma Rainey, who's a Southern blues singer from the 1920s. So, and being able to put those together in kind of a piece of music all together is, I think, a lot of the Grateful Dead's genius. So super cool stuff, guys. Thanks for coming along with the ride. Before I get out of here, I want to tell you this too. I hope you'll come back on Thanksgiving Day. I'm starting a new series of interrelated reactions, kind of like the one we did in September, but not exactly, that you'll find out about then. But I think you'll really dig it. I think you'll be have a lot of fun with it. So it'll start Thanksgiving Day. It'll run through pretty close to the end of the year, I guess. So hope come back for that. There'll be several videos that go with that series through the end of November and through December. So hope you enjoyed this, and hope you come back for that. And I'll see y'all next time. Take care, y'all.